and welcome back to Fluff and Fumble. Tonight is an impromptu stream, which is becoming a running theme, so maybe it's not impromptu anymore?
That's just the norm. That's just how we do things now.
Regardless, today we're doing a mech fight. So, in the Outer Black, actually, tell you what, I'm going to send a quick notification off to everyone to know we're live.
Yes, ping people. We've got 0 viewers.
What an engaging section of the VOD. Yay! Hello, VOD
Hello,
people.
VOD viewers.
People actually watch this VOD. Thank you for watching this VOD, first of all, if you are. Remember
VOD
to share us
gang.
around.
Let's be real. VOD gang, just a secret between you and me. Just look at the camera. VOD gang, I prefer you to chat gang. You're more dedicated. Chat gang, they can join whenever. VOD gang, you've sought this out. You're more dedicated. So,
Don't
you're
tell
my
anyone
favourite,
we
VOD
like you more. You're cooler. You guys are way cooler. Alright, let's hope no one joined while we were saying that VOD gang is cooler. But still,
even so, they should feel bad. They should know.
should know that they're not good enough. No.
They're the second favourite child.
All of our viewers are lovely, and we love them all. And thank you for coming to join us every single day that we're live. Not every single. Don't join us every single day because we're not always here, and that would be kind of weird. Do you imagine if everyone was just here every day, but we weren't there? How lonely do you reckon that would be?
The dedicated offline chatters.
I'll give you a medal if you send a million messages while we're not online.
If you give proof that you're a dedicated online chatter who online chats on the days we're not here, we'll VIP you in chat.
Can we even do that yet?
Probably not. I don't know.
I think we can. I think you have
Okay,
to wait
we'll
for a
mod
little
you.
bit.
No.
I'm not making some random mod. While I'm looking, so we are setting a couple of things up for.
We'll wait until we can VIP you, and then we'll do it.
Don't keep us to that though, because we might not. I've already forgotten half of what I set up earlier. This is a very organised stream today, as is so evident.
We're doing so much. There's so much that's being done.
Incredible amounts are currently occurring, and I've forgotten where legs are.
What?
Oh, that makes no sense. I'm reading a bit of homebrew here, and like I'm looking at movement types, mobility types, but I've just said I don't know where legs are.
Yeah, you've said that.
We're good at this, aren't we? You got to admit, we are really good at this.
Ooh, I've been welcomed to something on Foundry. I'm going to click OK.
Oh, I might have been welcomed to my new modules.
Probably.
I have a couple of new modules run that are actually surprisingly good, to be honest.
In the meantime, shall I tell chat about our wonderful social media presence?
Yes.
The one person
definitely.
in chat.
Hello, one person in chat.
You will make all the difference. There's one person in chat, I'm sure. No, you will. Trust me. Especially on our YouTube where we don't have any views.
Don't tell them that. They think we're cool.
Okay, I'm gonna prove how much of an influencer I am. If I swap to the Foundry window, I should be able to show off the social media. Should I? Don't know.
Yeah, go for it. Show everyone else pretty social media.
Don't want to leak stuff. No, just double check I'm not gonna leak anything. I should be good.
You can tell we're professional.
I'll start out with the YouTube then. Where's Streamlabs go? There it is. If I swap to Gameplay Foundry, you can see our YouTube channel, except it's the name and logo are blocked by our cameras, but it's just Fluff and Fumble. It's just the same as on Twitch.
At Fluff and Fumble, Fluff and Fumble, Fluff and Fumble, and Fluff and Fumble.
I'm going to move this over to there so I can see both things at the same time. So we have a YouTube. It's pretty cool. We've got 2 shorts and a VOD. Soon to be more VODs. Soon to be more shorts as well.
A lot of us looking and doing strange things.
Yeah. We got the Twitter. It's the same shorts because social media presence. They've actually got some kind of views here. Look at that, 87, 102. And then here's the real kicker. We are influencers. I've decided now that I'm just above the common person because I'm an influencer. I'm just that little bit more valuable to society. Because
TikTok's gone to your head.
because we are TikTok famous. We've got 586, 535. You know, I'm going to be moving into the TikTok house with Charlie D'Amelio and whoever else is on TikTok.
No one knows what a TikTok is.
Well,
What
they
is
they
what is
should,
on
and they will
TikTok?
after this. Our loyal viewers will follow us on all of these so that we can get boosted in the algorithm.
None of us will be offended if you don't follow. In fact, we'll be happy if you don't follow us on TikTok just because it's TikTok.
Don't be like that. There could be
I feel
viewers.
bad knowing we'll
That
send people to
that
TikTok.
one
That
viewer
seems
could
evil.
be here from the TikTok. I haven't checked
Hello,
who it is.
person here from the
It's
TikTok.
probably someone from our Discord server, but I haven't checked.
Probably is
It
someone
could
from
be
the
one of the
Discord
TikTok fans. It
Whoever
could,
it is, hello.
it could even be a VOD enjoyer who's decided to catch the stream.
Could be me.
Well, I think that's unlikely that it's a VOD enjoyer.
Could actually be me. I'm not gonna lie.
It could actually be you. Have you pulled up the stream?
Yep.
That would be sad. Please, can you check the viewer list in chat? Please.
It says there's a second person in our viewer list.
Okay.
For Shores. I don't know who you are, but hello, For Shores. If you're still
It's
here and
possible
you
that it's a
haven't
TikToker. And you've
They
just
look like a
slandered. You've just
TikToker.
slandered their homeland.
They look a bit like a TikToker. That's not an offensive.
Are you
it's not
stalking
a-
this person's profile?
Had a quick look. They have more
Nice way
followers.
to keep viewers. Just stalk anyone who
Hi,
comes into chat.
viewers. Well, you gotta stay informed of who's following you and who knows you, and you know, not to make sure they're not Jack the Ripper or something. That would be bad, wouldn't it? If they were Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, I think that's unlikely. Jack the Ripper is not contemporary to our stream.
I mean, there might be like Jack the Ripper the Second.
True. I don't think the Ripper was his surname. I think that was a nickname.
What? So Jack was his surname. What was his first name then? I'm so confused. Stomp. That's just a feature. I'm not stomping anyone. That would be mean.
You still building the mech stats?
Yes, unfortunately. Annoyingly, stats take a little while to write, and I can't put them into Foundry because I've not yet
Wait.
like
I think
fixed
the
it
light
in
was the wrong
Foundry.
color. Hold on. I think I can make it.
The
There it
light's
is. It's
the wrong
slightly
colour.
slightly less yellow now. I look a little bit normal. There
Can
we
you
are.
make me pretty as well?
Yeah, I can't control your lights.
Can you not add a filter?
I was.
Add a filter on
It's
me.
just I had
I've,
the.
not, I've not set my full
I had the
lights up.
TikTok up, and I was like, "Why does the lighting there look really different?" I mean, part of that is because it was filmed earlier because we were ready.
True.
Are my lights? Yeah, my lights are on. Good.
There isn't much more to say.
I'm sure this is going to do wonders for our viewer retention.
Hi viewers. Keep talking to them.
What do
To
I...
explain the Outer Black.
The Outer Black.
Explain your understanding of my campaign. This
My
will be interesting to
I'm going
everyone.
to pull up Foundry. We've got Caleb here. So the way the Outer Black works is it's like D&D but space, and nobody knows which way north is, and it's very confusing.
Ow, myself.
No, an actual explanation of the world. So, what's even going on? What does your world have does the planet have a name? I don't even know.
Yes, it has a name.
Care to share?
Nope. You got to guess. See if you can guess it.
What's a cool
You've got to do all this. This is your
What's a cool
time to
non-copyrighted
shine.
planet name? I was about to pick one, but I was like, nope, that's probably not ours to use.
Probably right.
So we're in the wonderful world of Alderaan. That's where we are. That's the place where we are.
We're an older on, okay.
That's how it works. And what happened in the intro session was the moon got blown up, and it was not very good.
True.
So now there's
wouldn't be
like
very good.
a belt of moon rubble that just orbits around the planet, and people live on it because people are weird and they'll live anywhere. So you've got people on the moon rubble, and the people on the moon rubble are like Ganassi mostly, because the people on the planet, who are elves mostly, don't like the Ganassi, so they sent them to live on the moon rubble. And the elves on the planet live in these big spires, and it's kind of weird because they could just build houses, but no, they have to live in a big spire. And I'm playing one of the Ganassi who lives on the moon rubble.
Moon Rebel.
I mean, I did an alright job. But yeah, and also, it's like D&D world, except with kind of spaceships, but not really. Well, it's the Magi Technological Revolution. That's what we've taken to calling it.
Magi technological. I said what it is now written
There
down
were there were normal
in my
D&D
notes.
people, and then a spaceship crashed on their planet, and so they can make like spaceships, but no other modern stuff, basically.
Okay, so you've got a decent bit of it. Like I'll give you that. You did quite nicely there, but I don't know if you got all of it quite right.
I got everything. I know it all. I've read your notes.
You definitely got everything.
I've got
Okay.
everything. It's all of it. I got all of that down. Oh yeah, there was also the space people. When the spaceship crashed, there were people on it, but they didn't all die, and they weren't really people. They were like space people. So there's like 2,000
I'm sorry,
aliens.
what? They're not really people because they're from space.
Well, I
What are
mean,
you saying, James?
they're not people in the same sense. Like,
Not
if aliens crash
they're
landed
not
here, you wouldn't
people in the
consider them
same
to
sense.
be people. Like,
It would.
then it's not a person.
I love how evil that is. That is
It's
just
not
so
evil.
cruel.
It's just like anatomically they're not the same.
Can't believe you would do this to these poor space peoples.
The fact that
Do
you
you know
had to
how hard they
specify
tried?
space people kind of it says
No,
it all.
I only have space people to get through to bigots like you, who don't understand that people are people even if they come through a giant hole in space
Yeah.
and have like 8 legs. They're still people.
Do they have 8 legs?
Uh, no, but some of them have four. Well, some have 4 legs and 2 arms, which makes them an insect. Because technically centaurs are insects, but I don't like thinking about that because it makes me, yeah, it makes me greatly uncomfortable.
Yeah. Would you consider the main bit of a centaur to be a thorax? Is that a thing?
But it is though, isn't it? 'Cause it's 2 segments of a body.
That's not a discussion I want to have.
It's a discussion we may need to have, like, for some horrible, horrible reason. All right, okay, sheet 1 is complete. Would you rather? This is okay. This is where I'm going to ask.
Is this addressed to me or to the one person in chat? Or
Is
both?
it, I mean, it kind of I guess it's addressed to chat as well, but it's mainly addressed to Jupiter Grime, your new
My
character.
character. Ooh.
Yes, you have what?
That's really vague.
You probably have about 50.
Get a hold of yourself. You alright? It wasn't that funny.
This came so out of nowhere. I was thinking, and then you went, that's fake.
It wasn't that funny.
It derailed all of my think. Why would you do this to me? Okay, you have about 50 gold. Okay,
Sure.
you can either put your money on the Liftomaticatron, which is the first of today's combatants. Don't ask about the names. I didn't name them. NPCs in the world named them.
Sure.
So you can either put your money on the Liftomaticatron, which is, you know, the big cat forklift with the like the 3 jointed arms
Sure.
that like pick things up.
That's
Imagine
what
that, but
forklifts
you
do.
stuck 4 legs on it and gave it a second forklift arm,
The double forklift.
and then stuck a missile on the top. And in one
Ooh.
of the hands, it literally had like, I mean, like an excavator rather than a forklift that it just swung at people.
Alright.
That has like 1 to 2 odds because it's probably gonna win. Or would you rather fight? What did I call this one again? I'm trying to remember what I called it. It was something funny.
You mean what the NPCs in the world called it?
Well, yeah, what the NPCs in the world called it, because it was really funny. But they're not very good at remembering things when they apply things. I'm trying to remember. I called this something amazing. I'm gonna have to rename it
You
now.
should have written it down.
Or would you rather fight Engine Block, spelled with BLOK?
Engine block.
A very squat, bipedal little thing. Imagine if you took the canopy section of one of the old, canvas jeeps, took the canopy section of that and stuck it on 2 robotic legs and gave it 2 short little T-Rex arms.
A featherless biped, you say? Is that a person?
Technically is a person, I think. Not a space person though. It's just a regular person.
All right.
That has literally a sword and a shield. And
All right. I like
a
the
very, very
forklift.
small gun on top.
I like the forklift.
That's 1 to 2 odds. The other one is 1 to 5 odds.
You know, if you bet against a forklift, you've betted wrong.
You're betting against the forklift on legs.
I'm betting for the forklift on legs.
You put it for the fork. I love it. Okay. I will send you then. I'm going to send you. I think I've got.
If it's got two
everything that's
forklifts,
capable
then
on.
surely it's got an 8-clift.
No, it's got one excavator and one kind of forklift. It's a forklift that's holding a cannon. Not like a big round cannon, but like an auto cannon.
That's fun. Cool.
I
Actually,
will then. I'm gonna have to double check that I've got that this is saved properly onto my. It doesn't appear to have saved properly the way I wanted it to save. I'll share that to you though. See if you can get it. Enable sharing link. But how do I invite people to it? Anyone with the link? They can comment. Save.
why did you ping the bots channel to get people to come and watch?
Did I ping the bots channel?
You pinged the bots channel.
Well, people probably have that muted, so that makes
That's probably why
so
no
much
one's
more
come.
sense. Do you ever get that feeling that you don't know what you're doing, even though you?
Not me
You know,
putting the
trying
wrong
to-
category on the YouTube videos.
Don't dox my. I'm just deleting that actually because I now sent you a link on. Oh, I copied the wrong thing.
What?
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay.
What are you...
Sent you a link to the sheet that I needed to see, but I accidentally sent you a mention that we're live because I'm competent. Save to
Let's go there. Go back there. Hopefully I didn't leak too much Discord stuff. Well, we'll find out when the VOD comes out. Right, this is the Liftomaticatron's character sheet. Look at it go.
Yes. Can you see it?
My forklift buddy. It is as strong as the character I play in our home campaign.
Well, it is a giant robot. It's also size class, I think, large.
Yeah, my point is more the other way around.
Your point is what? I don't get it.
It seems kind of weak for a forklift if it's, you know...
It's a little short for a stormtrooper, but you can't have a go at it because of that.
How's it got 12 intelligence? It's a forklift.
No, that's the pilot.
Right.
On the left, strength and con are the actual mechanical strength and con.
Why is the charisma a pilot score? Surely the charisma should be the big lad score.
Because the big lad can't, think.
Yeah, but it's
Very
intimidating.
smart.
It's big and scary.
It's a honkin' chonkin', you know? It's an absolute honkin'
Unit.
chonkin'. It's a complete and utter...
I'm going to accept the
Single.
website's cookies because it doesn't have an option to not accept.
Why would you not want to accept its cookies?
If I get tracked because of the character sheet you sent me, as if I'm not
I'm,
already
selling,
being
I'm
tracked.
secretly selling your data to the Russians via playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, so be it. More like Soviet, because the Russians Soviet.
That was terrible. I hope you know that. What's your speed on that, by the way? It's 20, isn't it? Cool.
My speed or the forklift-o-matics sheet speed.
What?
Zoom in.
I'm trying to remember the Liftomaticatron. The Liftomaticatron is a beautiful, beautiful name.
He needs a nickname. That's too long. That's what his mother calls him.
Lifty. It's called Lifty. Oh yeah. Actually changing slightly the layout that it's got because this is just cool.
Number of crew. 1. Number of crew. Does it have like a live pilot inside of it?
Yeah.
Rather than
These
being
aren't
remote
like
controlled?
robot controlled. These are just straight up bots full of people. You know, 5-foot range. Oh god. I think I know who's about to win
Why?
because this thing isn't very strong. I'm going to attach a mini laser to it. I wrote all this down, but then I never wrote down, you know, the important bits of it. See, this is for the viewers. This is from a book called The Greasemonkey's Handbook.
I didn't think monkeys
We
were
have
native
weird
to
things.
Greece.
Yeah, something called The Greasemonkey's Handbook by Val Siren, who does genuinely amazing stuff on DM Skill. I 100% recommend you go look at his stuff. He does a lot of monster hunts, and he's done this, and I believe he's done an airship book as well, like a long time ago. This adds a lot of things for sort of steampunk, magipunk, magitech, etc., going further on. Adds an awful lot of weaponry that's awesome, and it adds a lot of like tags to weapons and things. This is kind of for you, James, as well. Adds a lot of tags to weapons to make them more interesting. So, having a laser weaponry, for example. So you've got your ballistic weapon. You've got a light autocannon, haven't you, which is just ballistic.
Yeah.
So I believe, did I write down the damage type it does?
You didn't write down the
On the
type.
sheet?
You just wrote
It's
3d6.
I believe it's piercing damage that does, which obviously makes sense. But this also has, in the Greasemonkey's Handbook, it also has laser and plasma, as well as ballistic. Obviously, you don't have to use them in the slightest, but they have their own ways of working. So this other thing, the engine block, has a small laser. And the idea of lasers is that they're concentrated beams of heat that deal damage through pinpoint accuracy rather than ballistic rounds. The lasers deal more damage the more the same target is hit with the ranged weapon or hardpoint module. When a
Hello,
module with
whatnot in
this rule
chat,
hits a
by the way.
target, it begins burning. Huh?
We've got a sub in chat. Hello, whatnot.
What up? Beautiful chat people. Hello. I like having people in chat. It
You
makes
here
me
for
feel better about my life.
D&D Robot Wars.
D&D Robot Wars. This is going to be amazing, by the way. Everyone better ready your butts. It's about to get intense. Also, rate of fire, by the way, on your light autocannon. I probably should have written this in as well. It's 2. So when you take the attack action with it, you fire it twice.
Ooh, that's
Two
fun.
separate. You do 2 separate rolls of a d20, but they can both hit. It's kind of like having extra attack, except if you're a fighter in one of these, you can have an attack that uses rate of fire. So your one attack does 2 shots, and then your second attack does 2 shots.
That's fun.
So fighters are super powerful at these things. Like, it's insane.
the
They are
20th level
incredibly
fighter just having 8 shots per turn.
It is very, very fun.
Finally, a way to nerf wizards.
They kind of do need nerfing, to be fair. PC. Just choosing files. We should actually be up and going in a sec. It'd be awesome.
I mean, we have been live for 23 minutes, so I would hope so.
Yes, but doing things is difficult, and it hurts my brain. My brain is only small. What? How did that? Oh, that didn't say.
In the meantime, once again, for anyone who has joined us, I'm going to plug all our social media.
Good
We
plan.
are Fluff and Fumble on, obviously, Twitch, but also YouTube and Twitter and TikTok. Follow us on any and all of them. Share our videos. You know, that sort of thing.
It does still slightly make me sad that we're on Twitter. I know it shouldn't, but it does.
I mean, Twitter's not a great place, but, you know,
We've got to be on there.
we're doing alright there. We got some video views. For anyone who missed the other stream as well, you can find out which way is north in space. Well, kind of. You can watch
You
us
sort of
try.
find something.
You can watch us try and discuss it and not reach a conclusion.
Conclusions, they don't really matter,
It's
do
a good
they?
video. I spent time editing this. Please. I'm gonna try and guilt trip them now.
God.
I put time and effort into editing this video. I had to learn how to do video editing for this, and I subtitled it. You wouldn't want me to subtitle a video that no one watches, would you? Just stare dead into the camera.
Don't scare people. It's not nice. Yeah. Okay. I think we're ready. I'm going to.
I like how this file is called lift.pdf.pdf.
Yeah, I don't know what's gone with the .pdf nesting there. It's scary. I'm sure. Right, I'm gonna activate this, and hopefully, be sure to see the scene. Let me know if you can see the scene, otherwise we have problems.
Loading arena, 67%.
Hopefully it won't take too long to load, and hopefully it's not a disgusting, disgusting mess of a map. Viewers, I do apologise if this map is terrible, because it was done very rapidly and worriedly, to be honest.
There it is. I'm really zoomed in. Hold on. Let's zoom out. That's not too bad.
Does it look nice?
Yeah, it looks alright.
Right, you should be able to.
I have to zoom out a
If
lot
I
to see
actually
it.
set something.
There we are.
Configure permissions. Did I set the right one? Not sure I did, to be honest. No, I did. Can you move the one at the bottom right?
Bottom right.
Lift. Fantastic. I'm also going to update the speed. Can you see if I update your character sheet there? I'll just change the speed to 30 feet. Can you see that?
Yeah, there it is.
Fantastic. Right. Have you got some D20 ready? Or do you need to grab some?
I've got them at the ready.
I don't know where my D20 have gone. Oh, they're down here. There we go. Let's get some fantastic dice out and let's be ready to roll. Because I think we're all ready to do some mech combat. Let me set the scene first.
Look at all the dice.
I think it's important. We know you have beautiful dice. I have very average dice. Let me set the scene. So, your character is Jupiter Grime, yeah?
That is who we made last stream. You should watch the VOD, by the way.
It's very fun making stream, actually. Do you have a visual description for Jupiter yet?
Other than him being a little bit oozy, not really.
Well, we will work on that for official episode 1. You are somewhat of a deviant, aren't you? You are not fully associated. You're not really associated with the crime network, but you're not known for being someone of a particularly good nature, let's say. You're more into the fun side of life than the lawful side of life.
Yeah.
And so over the years, tinkering around with things and earning coin where you can, you've come across the arena fights. So arena fights in the city of Rivet, which is where you live, they're not really legal. There's a lot of people who like the arena fights. Watching giant robots fight each other is amazing. But because most of them are industrial class, i.e. they're used for mining or occasionally for defense, they're not meant to be under civilian ownership. So modifications to them are quite illegal unless you have a license, and fighting them is obviously even more illicit because something's going to go wrong eventually. And to be fair, this arena has had to move around quite a lot, from abandoned warehouse to quiet crater, bouncing around where it can because it's been busted quite a few times. It's dangerous to be around here, but then again, who can resist a drink and watching two giant robots beat the ever-loving crap out of each other? So tonight, Jupiter, you found your way to the arena, probably for the first time this month, actually. It's been underground for a little while because no one could find a good spot, until this large warehouse with quite a large mining operation below it. This is before they discovered Athenium, so the rock they mine essentially out of the comets that come from the sky. This warehouse used to was squatted by a group known as the Cult of the Sixth Finger that arose just after the Ark event in worship of the weird thing that grabbed the Ark and broke it in half, essentially. It's quite a small group, though. It's proliferated across a lot of the known world so far. quite dangerous. But they've been arrested, and so the warehouse has been left empty for a little while. And the arena lot have moved in. The workshop has been installed. Quite a nice arena this time has been built below the warehouse. So in quite a large crater where people had originally mined a little bit of coal, a little bit of iron, and actually occasionally this athenium. And so now it's been constructed into a nice big arena for people to fight in because, it's a bit of a laugh and it's quite a good way of making money. You've tonight looked across the two robots. For those who weren't there before when I described them. One, the Liftomaticatron, a quadrupedal, bright yellow machine, one arm in an excavator's scoop, the other almost a forklift style claw holding a light autocannon, as in a small kind of gun, but kind of not. We don't quite have guns in the Outer Black. The machine also sports on top of it one singular, fairly large missile that, with a direct hit, would cause a lot of damage. On the other hand, the one that you've betted to lose is known as the engine block, or just block for short, a squat little machine looking as if it's been made out of a Jeep kind of camper wagon canopy van. It only has a small laser perched on the right-hand side of the little arm, two stubby little arms and two stubby little legs, the arm holding one quite large hammer made mostly out of debris rather than an actual, any parts. And as you sit down and you get ready, you can see the people starting to get ready. Starting to get ready? Yeah, well done. You can see the pilots getting into their machines, doing the final checks, and the announcer stands at the top next to the bar where any good announcer would be, and looks out. With a quick flick of his wrist, you see a spell being cast, and his voice booms out across the arena. Welcome back to the arena, my friends. Tonight we have the Block versus the Liftomaticatron. Lifty, of course, being a cult favorite around here. You hear a few sniggers from the audience at the mention of cult favorite. Let's see if tonight Block can make any dents in this thing. Would you like to roll initiative for me? James,
Initiative.
you are playing Lifty tonight. That should be
Well,
a D20
that could have
plus
gone better.
6.
Plus 6, you say?
You got a plus dex.
Oh, plus dex. They said plus 6.
No.
Okay.
I wish it.
7.
17. So I think Block goes first. See, this is why you back the underdog. Also, you watch out for the underdog's hammer. So normal D&D actions can be taken in this. I think it's mainly just the weapons that are quite different. The other thing to remember is though there is difficult terrain, so the sandbags, the loose rubble and whatnot, you can ignore difficult terrain because you are quadrupedal. Or what I should say, Lifty is quadrupedal, meaning it actually doesn't get slowed down with the difficult terrain or have disadvantage on movement checks.
Ooh.
Which is somewhat problematic for Block because Block doesn't have that and has to now run fast. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Also, the walls you can see, by the way, will block line of sight.
Huh, block.
5, 10, 15, 20. So, took the dash action with Block. Doesn't really have bonus actions because that's not a thing with Block.
So the same, I think. Do I get any bonus
your
actions?
Turn. So, you don't actually get a bonus action, unfortunately. These aren't really built for, using bonus actions. One thing you do have, however, is if you look at the light autocannon, it has reload bracket 6.
Yeah.
So after 6 shots have been expended, you have to spend an action to reload the ammo box. So obviously you can still take a movement, but you won't be able to fire that until you've reloaded it. However, the excavator, which has a reach of 10 foot, you can use continually because it's just a melee weapon.
60/240. Okay.
60 means the normal firing rate. 240 means you can fire from 240 feet away, but it's at disadvantage.
All right. I have line of sight. Do I just go for it?
You definitely have line of sight, and I think you're at least within disadvantage range, aren't you?
Well, I'm definitely within 240, surely. Am I?
You might not be. This is a huge map.
Yeah, it's actually pretty big. Is it that for ruler?
Having to move closer. It's 180. So yeah, you're actually within range.
Do I have disadvantage though?
Yes. So you're within the second range bracket, so you do have disadvantage on this roll. Well, both rolls actually, because I'm assuming you're firing twice. You can choose to fire once, but
I'll fire twice.
don't know why you wouldn't. So I guess that's 2d10 and 2d10. 2d20 and another 2d20.
Yeah. So the first roll. Nat 1. Second roll. Oh, I got a nat 20 and a 14. What do I add? What's my plus to hit? Plus 3 for that. So 17.
I need to scroll up on some rules. Don't worry, I will have all of this set up soon. The nat 1, we'll let the first hit go through. 17 hits, by the way. Means it beats it.
Nice.
So that's 3d6?
Is it? Cool, I'll roll those. 3d6. Ooh, good rolls. 14.
14 damage. Ow. Well, that's definitely hurt. So, straight out the gate. 86. Straight out of the gate, you stomp forward. I thought of a pilot name. Think of a pilot name real quick. You're a Ganassi. You're an Air Ganassi.
Yeah. Is the pilot the Air Ganassi?
Yeah, it's a pilot.
His name is Jim Breeze. That's his name.
Jim Breeze. I love Jim Breeze. That's awesome. So Jim's out straight out of the cool, dashes forward, leans up against some Athenian rocks. Very volatile, by the way. You won't want to get that shot. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, environmental effect. Takes aim, takes 2 shots. First one smashes into the block's front. Second one, however, will actually cause a fault. Faults are in this, unfortunately. If I can roll up them. I need you to roll a d8.
A d8?
Yes.
Where's my d8 gone? There's one. 8.
Oh no.
Is that bad?
8 is the biggest and probably worst roll you could have actually gotten there. I'm really sorry. Boom! Something inside the module explodes. So part of your cannon just go... Take 3d10 thunder damage from the force of the explosion.
3d10?
Do you want me to roll it for you, or would you like to roll your impending damage?
I'll roll my 3d10. I can roll my own 3d10 if I can find my third d10. I'll do with it.
So I have a bag of the stuff.
Where's my d10 gone? Oh, there it is. Okay. I actually rolled awfully on the 3d10, so we're all right. I got 8 on 3d10.
Well, you take 8 thunder damage, so there's no resistances on these. So you take that straight up.
Should I just write that on the character sheet on the other tab?
Are you unable to edit that? That's annoying. Yeah. Should have changed that, so just change it to however much it is. 92 out of 100, I think it is.
Yeah.
And I need to roll another d8 because you have to re-roll when you hit boom.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Boom is literally this only ever happens when you hit in that one.
So that is another 14 damage and another re-roll.
Did you hit 8 again?
Things aren't looking good. Okay, I got a 3.
8?
I got a 3 this time.
You got 3 this time. Jammed. The module is, if the module is a hard point, which it is, it's jammed and requires an action to be cleared.
So I took an obscene amount of damage and got jammed because I rolled 2 8s. Are you serious?
Ow. So you are now, your gun is now jammed for the turn. That sucks. Do you want to do anything more? Can you do anything more? You've used up your movement, haven't you?
I've used up my movement, yes. I got screwed that turn.
Next turn, you have to spend an action clearing that cannon if you want to use it again.
Alright.
So, I'm going to take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 to get through the difficult terrain. I don't think I actually even have a line of... Yeah, I don't even have a line of sight. I don't even have the range for it. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There you go. Do I have line of sight from there? I just about do. Cool. That's another dash action, so go ahead. You see the little block just stomping towards you.
I'm using up my action to clear the gun, I guess.
Are you sure? 'Cause don't forget you have other weaponry.
Yeah, but not ranged weaponry.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I got the missile launcher, haven't I?
Oh, sorry, that's not meant to be that. It's meant to be that.
That's not meant to
I
be
don't know if that
what?
change is registered, but it's not meant to be 80 foot. It's meant to be 800 foot.
All right. There's no
That
point in
can
me.
go
I
boom
don't
quite a
want to
bit.
use that just yet.
Is that your, sort of last hope?
How much? That's 3d10 damage that does. That's not too good actually. What is it to hit? It's only +3 to hit. Okay. I'm gonna use my action to unblock the other gun.
All right. Do you want to move?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Smart. Next to the sandbags. So, like I said, the purple crystals are athenium. I will go more into this. I did actually
Yeah.
expect you to missile launch that and do loads of damage, but you didn't. So, thanks.
Oh, I could have done.
Those purple crystals are called athenium. It is a magical substance that is mined ever since the Ark incident that comes through in similar portals that the Ark came through, actually. It is incredibly volatile. Some scholars think it's pure solidified magic. Some people think it's some kind of crystal infused with magic. Some people think it's just a new element altogether. This stuff will explode, like big. It's actually put into the arena on purpose, just to see what kind of damage it can cause. Because people in the arena like, big sounds. So Lifty's just taking a turn, just pretty much just smashing the gun down against the floor to pull the last bullet out of the barrel. Stands up, runs along a little bit as the little short block makes his way over. Is he within range to use his only absolutely terrible range? Yes, he is. Okay. So, you see on the right hand side, just glued into the side of block, it's got this really impromptu little laser system. It looks like it's been built by hand. It's got broken bits of glass. It's kind of brass, kind of electrum, and it just opens fire. Can it hit? That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
I get to 1d10 damage. So this first shot, you can see it's starting to warm up. It doesn't quite do as much, but you can tell it's definitely going to do more damage the more it hits. That's 10 damage outright. Okay, I feel bad.
10 damage.
10 whole damage points.
Well, this isn't going well.
Hang on. You have armor plating, don't you?
Maybe.
You can choose to redirect it, I should say, just to below your hit points armor plating. Something.
10 out of 10.
You can choose to redirect an attack to your armor plating, so it will take away the armor plating, and also absorb the rest of that damage. So I wouldn't advise to do it for this. It's obviously 10, but let's say I did like 15, 20 damage. The armor plating would go, so you can't use it anymore. But you wouldn't get the excess of the 20, so you just take 10 damage to armor plating.
Oh, so do you just not take any damage for the hit that tanks it?
Yeah.
Alright.
The whole idea is you can also use armor plating for smaller attacks.
Yeah.
Because armor plating will block effects such as stun or paralyze.
Yeah.
But I've not put that in play yet because I didn't want a hugely complicated first mech battle.
Cool.
Would you like to take your turn after
Yes.
quite a heavy laser fire straight
What is the
into front
thing
knee?
between us? The little tank?
That is a tank of fuel.
Alright.
That is full of actually liquid athenium. That is probably also going to go boom, but only in a... If I get the spell targeting system up, it would be in this sort of area.
That's not showing up.
Oh.
Oh, there it
Showing
is.
up?
There it is.
Yeah. About 20 foot, 25 foot radius. I'm just going to keep that on there so you can see.
I'm just going to shoot the little walkie boy then. I'm going to do it again.
Shoot the little walkie boy.
Yeah. We're not within 60 feet yet. Are we?
You're in range now, aren't you?
Are we? I can't read the text. Why is it so small?
I have no idea. This is 50 feet.
50. Right, let's get him.
There you go. Just casually leaning away from my camera.
That's a D12. That would not be good to hit. Let's roll 1. That's, what is it, +3? 14.
Nope.
And that's That dice is cocked. It was going to be a 14. Shall I re-roll it?
Yeah, reroll it.
22.
Yep, that's gonna hit. Oh, this is gonna be painful for the
Right,
little boy.
what is it? It's 3d6 again, yeah.
3d6.
Let's use that one, and that one. 11 damage.
Ow. That's harsh. You fire a volley about maybe 9-10 bullets. You barely really count. You're just aiming for whatever you can hit. Smash into the front, skims the right knee a little bit, bringing it down to its knee temporarily as it struggles to stand back up. You've definitely done some damage to this thing. It looks as though it's starting to leak oil a little bit.
I'm going to take my movement
else?
as well. I'll let my movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think is where I'm going to move to.
Smart. I see what you're doing there. I do. Huh. You look at the pilot of Block, this magma ganassi. It's very, very deep brown skin with almost channels of red that just faintly glow going along his face, all aiming, starting top right, going down bottom left. You can see him for a moment, just for a few seconds, ponder what he needs to do. And then you see him begin sprinting full force with this tiny little mechanism, tiny little legs, and aims for the second laser shot. The laser now warmed up. You can tell this is going to do a lot more damage if it hits. Oh no.
Did he crit?
12.
12?
No, it didn't hit at all.
Missed. Nice.
Oh, the second shot goes wide. You can see all the charge completely draining from the little laser cannon. And the Ganassi starting to look a little bit more worried now he's in close combat. It is your turn.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make another 2 attacks and then move backwards, I think.
Fair enough.
So the first attack, that's another 14, so that's not going to hit.
Nope.
Second attack, that also doesn't hit. I rolled a 5. Plus 3 makes 8. And I will move back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You start running backwards, trying to dodge the small barrage of laser. You let loose a few cannon rounds, but nothing contacts. Am I right in saying that's been 6 shots now?
That has been 6.
So you're going to have to reload next action, or you have to start using the excavator, or arguably the missile.
Yeah.
The little magma ganassi, well, the quite large magma ganassi, grits his teeth, runs through the area of effect of the tank. You can tell something might go wrong, but he runs at you, lifts this massive 2-handed warhammer, aims to just swing into your side, and gets a nat 1.
Sucks to suck.
Oh no. Let me grab a d8, and let me see how badly this goes wrong. This could go badly enough for you to be hit, by the way. So, pray it doesn't go too rough. Oh, guess what number I just rolled?
What?
Have
8.
a guess.
Do you roll an 8?
Yeah, I rolled an 8. 14 damage. Oh dear. Oh dearie dear. That's not good. You see as the 2 manipulators, these 2 robotic arms, swing back, you see one spark suddenly as it just tries to bring forward, loosens its grip on the hammer as the arm itself gets stuck in its position. You can see the magma gassy just wrench the control. The control snags something and you hear a loud crack as a gentle boom echoes through the module. What happens there? And you can see this arm carries on making the swing, misses, but carries on making the swing, and you can see its damage. You see exposed like Athenian wiring. You can see the electron plating's been shattered in places. This thing's like not going to carry on very comfortably at all. it is your turn. You are faced with this, like, arm gently twitching, weird canopy thing. Magma Ganassi, sweating, looking dead into your eyes.
Prepare to be excavated. I'm going
God.
to excavate this guy. I only get to make one of them, don't I? But
Yeah.
let's see. Okay, so I might have missed. I rolled 10.
+6, right?
Yeah. Well, 4 plus 6.
No, oh. I thought you got 10 +6. Oh.
No.
Yeah, you definitely miss. For a minute you get distracted watching this little charade of sparks flying out of this arm. And as you go to swing the excavator, you can't help but chuckle, gently just skimming the top of the canopy. Putting a little hole in the leather, but not really doing much more than damage than that.
If I were to move away, would I
Does
invoke
get
an
opportunity
opportunity? Yeah. In which case, I don't think I'll bother because he can catch up to me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Magma Ganassi, clearly angry, lifts the warhammer back above the thing's shoulder and tries to bring it down again hard. Oh dear. Okay. And it smashes down, pretty much dead into the center of Lifty with a nat 20.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
No, genuinely.
You're faking it for content.
I'm not faking it for content, okay? That happened. So, have I explained to you yet how crit rules work, by the way?
No.
Coming out to black.
No.
So, crit rules, I don't like just rolling and then doubling, because you can still do less damage than a normal hit with that. To me, a crit is, going above and beyond what you can normally do.
Yeah.
I did somewhat steal this from high rollers, by the way. So, what you do is you maximize all of your dice. So if it's, say, 2d8, you take 16. You maximize every damage dice. Then you add your modifiers, so your normal strength modifiers or dexterity, whatever applies. And then you roll all the damage dice again. That make sense?
Yeah. You're very lucky that I didn't run a paladin in this setting, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, you are playing sorcerer, which is still very, very busted. Like, some of the sorcerer spells with new crit rolls do go insane. Right, so 8, 16, 24, 32. 40 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
After odds. That is a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm not doing too good.
What does that take you down to?
28.
This massive warhammer just swings down. Pretty much, like, it's not enough to damage anything majorly, but it's enough to really hurt this thing.
That's a huge amount of damage.
And it's a huge amount of
Must have
damage.
rolled
I should have
well.
also... Armor plating can't negate nat 20s.
Oh.
Can negate anything else. Because I'm pretty sure you still have your armor plating, don't you?
Yeah.
Anything you can negate anything but a nat 20.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, also armor piercing rounds, because that's something you can put in your guns.
Well, this sucks.
Your turn. To be fair, you've brought the block quite low as well.
I'm saying it again. Prepare to be excavated. I'm gonna excavate this guy.
Excavate! Go on, go on, go on.
19.
That hits.
Good. It's not very much damage though. It's
2d10 plus strength.
2d10 plus 4, is that?
Plus the mech strength.
Where have my d10 gone? There they are. 2d10 plus 4.
The beauty of trying to find dice.
0 is 10, so 17.
Yeah. There's 10, 17. Ow, jeebus. So when you swing this excavator, do you slap, like, with the back of it? Or do you try and actively scoop?
I reckon I toss it.
You toss it while you throw it up.
He's being excavated.
You just pick him up and throw him up. You pretty much hit where the crotch of the mech would
It's
be.
not a slapper, it's an
Scrape up.
excavator.
You scrape upwards and like you actually take off part of the front of this thing. You're beginning to see the exposed Athenium wiring. You've cracked a load of the gold and brass plating. You can see some of the inside. There's actually a point where you can just about make out the boot of the magma ganassi because you've just taken that much out of the front of this thing. It's bloodied, it is low, it is not happy. Do you want to take any movement?
No.
Okay.
There's kind of no point to me taking movement. Wait. Ooh, I had a really mean idea. Do I want
Don't
to take...
forget.
Do I want to take movement? So you say that I can negate any damage other than a nat 20.
Yes.
That would include if I were to
Opportunity attack
if I
damage.
were to explode the Athenium.
Technically, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
no, it
I'm
would.
gonna have to.
Definitely would.
I'm gonna have to risk it for the biscuit, as the kids say.
You're gonna run into the Athenium.
I'm going to run into the Athenium. I think. Do I? Because he doesn't have to follow me. Is the problem? Unless I run completely to the other side. I don't know.
What I will say is you can still take the normal options available to you as a player as a mech. So you could
Disengage.
do things like you can't obviously
Well, I
not this
made an
turn, but
attack.
next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next turn you can shove. You can use the shove attack.
Ooh, that's fun.
Where you're allowed to shove 5 feet in obviously any direction away from you, meaning you could shove 5 feet diagonally, put them in range, but that wouldn't necessarily cause it to explode straight away. Or you could grapple,
That's fun.
and you could move yourself in the way. The other thing is you could also shove prone.
Yeah, you did say.
No, like you can shove like either you can
Yeah.
shove 5 feet in any direction, or you can shove prone. So if you can get it inside the tank,
I think I can't
or
get it
the
inside
area
because it's
effect
more
tank.
maneuverable. If I had the greater move speed, I'd be able to do that. But
Yeah.
having less move speed, I kind of have to go for it.
That's the pain when you have a massive cannon and you've mounted just a huge
I
missile.
think I'm not gonna use my movement. I think I'm just gonna chill
Sure.
and just pray that it doesn't roll another nat 20. Otherwise, I will instantly lose.
Oh damn. The sad thing about Block is he actually can't. He can't knock you prone because you're incapable of going prone because you've got 4 legs. It's quite a beautiful rule about. Actually, no, that's not true. That isn't true. It's wheeled ones, I think. Wheeled and track that can't go prone. You can go prone. I believe it is harder. Yeah, it's a -4 penalty to try and do it. Well, he's gonna try and hit you with a hammer. 14.
14 does not hit. I think I have 16 AC. Yeah, 16 AC. 14
You see the
does not hit.
panic. You see the panic in this Ganassi's eyes as you've taken up the most of his quite large mech. You kind of just swings as fast as it can. Actually, sorry, that's a 13 because it's a -1 at the moment because it's damaged. It pretty much swings towards your front right leg. You just move it back a step. It just crashes into the tile, pretty much shattering this tile and cracking all the ones around it. You are pretty much fine though.
Good.
What do you want to do? It is now your turn. Actually, no. It was going to move away from you, I think.
It's going to move away from me.
Yeah.
That should invoke an opportunity attack. Right?
I believe it does, yeah.
Prepare to be excavated. Right. +6, yeah? 19 to hit?
Yep. Yeah, that definitely
And
hits.
then, what do you say? It's 2d10 plus strength.
2d10.
There's the d10 I was using. Ooh, I rolled well. So my strength is, what, 4?
Yeah.
20.
Oh my god. You swing it round to the side, clipping the side of this thing. You pull off most of the plating along its leg, exposing the actual, the motor in the joint itself.
Yeah.
And half of the side. This thing is barely going. Like, you can see sparks flying out. You can see some of the liquid Athenium just flooding onto the floor from the fuel source. You can actually see the fuel tank itself. The thing is maybe a shot away from dying, and it is now your turn.
If you come back and fight me, you might make it out of this alive. I'm going to use my missile.
Oh my god.
I'm going to shoot a missile at this guy.
What I need to do is... The missile technically has that radius.
What radius? Let's see.
There's a
Oh,
10-foot radius.
10-foot radius.
It's not quite stretching for some reason. It's basically meant to hit the two circles on the two squares on the other side as well.
That should be fine though. If I missile my enemy.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
letting you know.
It won't
I
blow
don't
up.
think you can hit the tank.
Yeah, it
either,
won't blow up the tank. That's fine because if I blow up the tank, he's not in range of the tank's explosion.
So you're gonna absolutely decimate it. Okay.
Yeah, I wanna bang him up. And let's hope this hits.
You still have to roll to hit.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna miss. Okay, 21.
That's a hit. That is 100% a hit.
So what's that? 3d10.
You could still not take him out with this.
Yeah, but damage. Oh, where have my d10 all gone? I keep losing my d10. This is why
You're
virtual
losing a
dice are
D10.
better. Because right. Ooh, that's not a bad roll. That's 8. That's 15.
You align yourself. You turn, but you don't even spin the legs. You just spin the top half of the body to turn like directly towards poor little block. You point the missile. You see a tiny little red dot appear at the very center. You fire. You hear the of the missile taking off, blasting towards this poor little mech, and you watch as it hits the front and explodes into tiny little pieces. Fragments and debris going everywhere, smashing against the fuel tank. Luckily, nothing hits it that causes it to go off. The magma ganassi you see is thrown about 40 foot away. Doesn't look too damaged, does look quite damaged as a person. But that is double what you came in with, so that is 100 electrum you're going to start the campaign with.
Ooh.
It's juicy. It's juicy, juicy.
I get to be richer than all the other players. On the topic of the other players.
Slightly. Yes.
On the topic of the other players, who?
Definitely Ness. I'm actually not sure who else right now. As it's seeming more and more that this beautiful Out of Black stream is not going to be a home game, but actually possibly a stream game. We're going to have to consult with our other, locals and discuss whether or not they'd be comfortable coming on stream with us.
Woohoo.
The original plan was actually AJ and Cass, although possibly... Oh, Whatnot wants to be put in. We will discuss it with you then. Whatnot, actually. That is genuinely something we're going to have to discuss at some point.
Yeah, if you want to be in stream games,
updated.
I'm sure we can sort something out.
I'll have to teach you well first, and then we put you in. I'm going to have to end the actual session here, because I didn't plan ahead far enough.
That's
But
fair enough.
We can do some chatting for an hour or so, actually talk more about the world and stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if Whatnot's around and wants to hear about it. There is a final bit to the session. Jupiter, as you're watching, you see this explosion of this missile. It's cool. I don't know, where do you reckon Jupiter be sat? By the bar? By where Lifty's stand was? Do you reckon he's been following round the whole time?
I reckon I'm sat fairly far back. I'm probably not following it too closely. I feel
Yeah.
like I've got confidence in my choice, and I'm not really paying attention. I think.
I imagine Jupiter's maybe talking to one of the locals.
Yeah.
Just chatting away. Out the corner of your eye, you see the ignition of this missile. You turn your head just as you watch it fly, smash this other mech into pieces. That's that little twinge of, yeah, I got this. That's nice. You almost feel your little coin pouch getting a tiny little bit heavier as it doubles in size. And as you're watching, and you're looking around, you're watching them pick up the magma ganassi. They're watching some people. There's some unseen servants picking up the little bits of very, very messed up mech. You're watching Lifty walk its way back to the stand and start repairs as the pilot gets out and the team starts working on it. And you're probably the only one who actually notices this at first, but there's a steady stream of dust coming down from the warehouse floor above. Not a huge amount, not enough like sand, but enough that it catches the light in the many glowing lights and dancing lights around the arena. And as you look closely, you can kind of see the warehouse floor bending in a little bit. And you strain to listen, and there's definitely something. Faint whispers, maybe? Almost the sound of like rushing blood in your ears. And as you watch, you sort of turn your head, and more people are looking up as the floorboards actually bend away. You can see something above it through the tiny cracks in where they're joined together. There's a little bit of maybe red, or maybe purple or orange. Something slightly fiery, something glinting almost like iron or steel. And you watch as the floorboards snap above you, and a small but worrying ball of fire, this large mechanical thing with a long tail, two long grasshopper-like legs, two short arms ending in three large claws, and an elongated head, all made out of metal and all almost insectoid-like. You watch it fall, clearly in some kind of pain, and it screeches out. You see it whip its tail towards someone in the crowd as a spine flies out and impales this person and kills them instantly. Just behind this thing, maybe about 15, 20 foot back, a small drow child falls down with a sword about double their height. And you see them hit the ground, stand back up, pick up this sword, and glare towards this creature as this creature roars and starts running towards them. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Ooh.
There you go. You ready for that?
Well, that's going to be fun.
That's all I'm giving you as well. You don't have to deal with that, by the way. That's episode 1.
Yeah, I figured.
That's going to be the start of episode 1.
Episode 1, so we're thinking we are going to stream it.
Well, if not, it'll be the start of chapter 1 in the home game. But I do chapter my games because I'm weird. But by the looks of it, we will actually be streaming at the Ant Black. We'll have to talk around, and obviously we'll let you guys know. We'll let you guys know on Twitter, especially.
Yes.
So definitely keep an eye on Twitter.
Twitter is a good place for updates.
At Fluff and Fumble.
Because we're so inventive that we use the same name on every single platform.
If we use different names, and we wouldn't be a brand, would we? It would be strange and confusing.
That's how you be professional. Just use the same name.
Yes, you heard it here first, shids. Shids? Kids. Try to say children and kids at the same time. That's not how that works. Anyway. Hope everyone enjoyed that mech battle. That's kind of somewhat rushed today. Because we weren't sure what was going on today. Things happen in the world.
Yeah.
The Outer Worlds is... Outer Worlds? Now I'm just talking about good video games. The Outer Black is obviously going to be a much more developed, proper long-form campaign. So it'll be kind of like your high rollers or your critical role or your adventure zone, but objectively better because they, the Outer Black has cooler players and a better scenario and setting and a way infinitely better DM.
Do you believe that?
No, but I'm sure chat does.
If you say it
And
confidently enough,
especially-
people will believe you.
Especially VOD Squad believe that.
VOD Squad.
VOD Squad, VOD Squad are the true heroes. Forget the veterans who fought against the strange creature during the Ark problem. VOD Squad are the true heroes of that day.
The real VOD Squad was the friends we made along the way.
The real friends we made along the way were VOD Squad.
Yes.
Always VOD Squad. Thank you. Anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to stick around for a bit, because why not? We have nothing better to do in our lives.
Well, I mean, I do actually have to go eat at some point. That's the thing
Food
that
is
I
important.
tend to do.
Well, then you'll have to stay around for at least 20 minutes. Because there's actually some things to talk about.
Yeah.
Dying Jupiter Grime. Check your spellbook.
Jupiter Crime.
Yes, you should now have Chromatic Orb and Rare Sickness. And it should actually be laid out properly, so you have to click on them and roll them in chat, more importantly.
Ooh, that's fun. Did you
Something
give me
we
the?
actually...
You didn't give me the dexterous digits that I need.
I didn't, but I can, and that is the cool thing. That's what. Well, that was actually a good thing to remind me of, because I forgot.
Dexterous digits. Let's roll Chromatic Orb. I have no first level spell slots. So be it.
Do you not? You should do.
It says that I don't. I probably just
You
haven't
see,
had
you've run out, or you have none.
Oh,
Oh
it
yeah,
says-
you
it
know
says
you've
I've
run
run
out.
Even though I
Click
have
long
used
rest.
them.
Click long rest under hit dice, and it'll actually
Yeah, I can cast it anyway.
bring them all. You can click on it. There's no restrictions on what you can and can't click, because it lets you show it off. I do love Foundry. Foundry is incredibly good. Wow. Your first Chromatic Orb. That's not bad.
Fun. What's the
I
damage?
will actually have to.
What's the damage? It's the
Under
attack.
Chromatic Orb. Oh, it didn't come under Chromatic
Damage.
Orb.
13. And then you also said what? Take the max damage as well.
Yeah.
Which is 24.
24. What I will do for our game is I will
Nice.
actually make sure I've changed that in crit settings.
37 damage on my first attack roll. That's fun. What level are we? Third. Wow, that's actually really good for third level.
Like I said, sorcerers are actually really, really good. So we have a little something to talk about spells. While I just having a quick look at something, because there's quite a few settings I'll actually need to change over time. There's a lot of modules in Foundry. Foundry is beautiful because even though it takes a long time to set up, it does so much for you and actually adds so much as well. Foundry good. Foundry very good. However, take a side step away from Foundry. Kibbles, my good friend Kibbles. Kibbles, by the way, for people who don't know, is a fantastic homebrewer. He does some genuinely amazing things. Like if you play any kind of D&D 5th edition, have a look at his homebrew, because the classes are amazing, the spells are amazing. He's releasing a new crafting compendium, which looks insane from what I've seen. That's currently in Kickstarter, so you definitely go check that one out. Not actually sponsored, I just really like Kibbles. He's a good guy. Also, I've lost my files, like all of them. That's worrying. But no, you know how you have a custom subclass, my good friend?
Yeah, I do.
So I was going to give you, because in Tasha's they added quite a few subclasses for sorcerer that start with spells that don't count towards the number of spells sorcerers can learn.
Yeah.
But they don't have that in the original, and I believe that the Ooze sorcerer subclass is based off of the original style.
Yeah.
That will make you somewhat underpowered compared to the rest of your party, because the rest of the party, I think at least 2 people I know taking from Tasha's. At least partially from Tasha's, meaning I don't want you to be held back and not do as well as you can, because because of arbitrary design variable. So I was going to give you some spells from Kibble's elemental spells, generic elemental spells, because these ones are cool. I don't know to go through them with you, but unfortunately it's not showing up. I was going to originally do acid for you, because the actual ooze subclass is based off of acid, because of course oozes do acid damage. But I'm going to leave it down to you of what you think, because this wouldn't just be innate. Some of it you have like almost tried to learn.
Yeah.
So do you think you would have put focus in any specific element, or do you think you'd have let a certain element bubble up in you?
Probably the oozy stuff.
So probably acid then, you reckon?
Yeah.
All right. So Kibbles does a beautiful thing with this. So he actually talks through every element that he I'm assuming he. Do correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming he. He's done quite a lot on like an actual mini study on each element. So things like acid widely features damage over time. Acid deals damage with smaller initial damage and typically deals its damage in consistent d4s. Generally features dexterity throws. Earth has always often uses movement, such as water. Poison is often high damage, but limited with constitution, that sort of thing. The acid spells I'm going to look at giving you is Caustic Brew and Acid Arrow for free in the attaché sheet, and also give you Erode and Vitriolic Sphere as 2 other free actions. And because I think this will be interesting and cool, I was going to give you, where is it? I was going to give you either. I'm not going to explain these. You've got to pick. I was going to give you either Vortex Blast, Seeking Orb, or where was it? Thunder Pulse.
I don't get to know what they do.
No, or the element associated with them, although they're kind of obvious.
So Vortex Blast, Seeking something,
Seeking Orb.
or Thunder Pulse.
Yeah.
Vortex Blast sounds kind of cracked.
So glad you picked that.
Yeah, and also I think I know what you're glad I picked that. Cause,
Why do you think? Oh no.
well, I think it's going to be an air-based spell, Vortex Blast.
Mayhaps
And I think
it is.
there are lore/background reasons as to why my character picking an air-based spell would be interesting.
There are. Also, Vortex Blast is just really cool. 3rd level spell, which technically you've not got access to, but obviously you get access to it as soon as you get access to 3rd level spells.
Yeah.
Because they add quickly. You create a sudden violent vortex that blasts outwards in a cone, tossing characters and objects within the area. Creature take 2d6 bludgeoning damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked 20 feet backwards and 40 feet upwards.
40 feet upwards.
I remember you talking about a build that maybe threw people up off of things.
Well, I had some ideas, so this could be an interesting...
So you can just casually go away, and also it's a 15 feet cone? No, it's just a cone. Oh, it's 30-foot cone. So if you check Arena, I will actually. Sorry, not Arena, Foundry. That's about that.
That's about...
You able to see that?
That's not too bad.
Top half. So anything coming towards you, you can just say no, very much no.
Yeah.
40 feet upwards as well. Also, so that does also mean, because obviously the 2d6 isn't much, but they take 40 foot of falling damage. So I think that's another 3d6.
Yeah.
Because it's 1d6 for every 10 feet you fall after the first 10 feet, I think. The first 10 feet, like, you just don't take damage.
Yeah.
So effectively, you do 5d6.
Yeah.
Now, that gets quite interesting when you think that you can also set up, if you have other casters, you could theoretically have spells as a ready action, so that once they go up in the air, you do something more to them.
Yeah, you can just do a combo.
Yeah, there are more spells in here that lift people up or throw people around, and there's a lot more spells.
You can ladder combo in D&D.
You can theoretically ladder combo in D&D, which is amazing.
That's fun. Also, throwing people backwards is useful.
I thought, yeah, that's something. There's something that I'm not a fan of when it comes to a lot of the casters. The casters haven't got very many methods of keeping people away. They've got methods, obviously, not being hit, like shield spell, armor of Agathis, whatnot. But they haven't got any methods of keeping away either a swarm or keeping away an enemy that's still going to chew through, that sort of thing. I do quite like that it gives you the option.
Yeah.
I love what they've done, what Kibbles has done with things like the force spells. So obviously that's like fairly big. Like fire doesn't take much explanation, but he does a section on force spells, like a small section on force spells, because you know magic missile, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like what 4d4. Well,
yeah,
1d4 per dart.
Yeah.
And he talks about how he takes that idea that magic missile can never hit and it's very consistent low damage, and runs with it. So every force spell in the book absolutely always hits. Like there's no actual roll around it, but you don't necessarily do large amounts of damage until you get to things like Aether Lance, which is a 3rd level spell. I think it's what is it, or is it a 30-foot long, 5-foot wide line, straight line, originating from you, And each creature in the line takes 8d4 force damage.
Oof.
It's actually quite nice. Aether Storm, 5th level, you conjure a storm of Aether erupting from the point of your choice within range. The Aether Storm fills up a 10-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. When the storm appears, each creature within its area takes 8d4 force. A creature takes 1d4 force for every 5 feet they move through the storm. And if a creature ends their turn within the Aether Storm, they take another 8d4 force damage. On your turn, you can also move the storm 10 feet in any direction as a bonus action. It lasts up to a minute.
That's
So
fun.
you
Is
can
it concentration?
yes,
Okay.
but anything that holds people, there's some earth spells in this that combo brilliantly with that. A second level one called Earth Ripple, where you choose one of the following effects: slammed in 5 feet of your direction, it takes 2d8 bludgeoning and gets knocked prone. Impaled by a spike of earth, taking 4d8 piercing.
Knock them prone into the middle of the storm.
Or it's pulled into the earth, taking 1d8 bludgeoning damage and reducing its movement to 0 until the creature spends an action to dig it free. So if it's a high-ranking enemy who needs to be pulled out, you make them stuck, and then you force other people to go and get them.
And then all the minions don't have enough health, so they just die.
Mm-hmm.
I know what spell I'm taking.
All of those, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
They're also all available to sorcerers.
that's fun.
And I quite like what Kibbles has done with this sort of thing, because it means that you can do. I mean, there's good lightning ones that he also adds the shocked effect for lightning. So you know how stuns always last till the end of their next turn.
Yeah.
Shocked lasts until the start of their next turn. So it's not as powerful, but it stops
Reactions.
yeah, stops reactions. So it's still like decently powerful, but it means that it can apply to lower level spells. So I think the cantrip. Is it the cantrip that's in this? Oh no, there's no lightning cantrip unfortunately, because I think there already are a few. But a lot of the first level spells apply shocked to them, which is really really cool. And then you've got the poison ones are terrifying. Stinging Swarm, where it's a swarm that fills the area, and then if it enters the area like the same square as another enemy, it takes 2d4 piercing damage, and if it fails a con throw, it takes 2d12 poison damage. And the swarm lasts for a minute. So you just keep moving it between people, just keep it on the same one. You get Echoing Lance, a thunder spell. So you can deafen, like, whoever. I mean, they can't actually listen to commands and things. And then there's a bunch of water spells about drowning people. Which I believe you would be interested in.
Maybe. There might be a character idea that I have somewhere for that.
Might be a character idea we have to show on stream at some point because it's actually evil. Oh, I've also given you a really nice spell that lowers AC.
Ooh.
One of the acid spells actually helps lower AC, so you can finally slime a Redland.
In order to defeat the ooze, you must first become the ooze.
I am very excited for this campaign. I think it's going to be very interesting. Hopefully Whatnot can come join us. We'll also see who else will be on the team. Do you want to end the stream fairly early then
I was
tonight?
about to say, should we wrap it up soon? Because I do want to go eat.
Very impromptu Saturday stream.
Yeah.
Everything will hopefully be more scheduled. We're actually going to have our schedule on Twitter for people to have a look at very soon.
Go on Twitter. People, follow us on Twitter.
We'll obviously have one on the Twitch. We're getting a lot more. We're getting our overlays and things designed. So we'll be looking very professional soon.
Here it is, Twitter, Fuff and Fumble.
Look at our pretty faces there.
And, yeah, soon enough we'll be doing some discussions as to the future of the channel and who we're going to have on and what we're going to do, basically.
We'll have plenty of stuff. Keep an eye on the YouTube, keep an eye on the Twitch, keep an eye on the Twitter. And we will let you all know what's going on in the future.
Do those things.
Should we sign off?